Hi, I'm Jared Drew with GATWTV, and I'm here with Barbara Sukowa and Filippo Meneghetti. Did I get it right? Who's the director? And we're talking about the film Two of Us. So Barbara, very accomplished actor you are. You've won several awards at prestigious film festivals like the Venice Film Festival, the German Film Awards, and the Cannes Film Festival. Really amazing on all that. And congratulations to both of you for being here at the Toronto Film Festival. And I understand, Filippo, this is your first feature-length narrative film, right?
It is.
Excellent. So the story of Two of Us is about two women that have been secretly in love for decades, and they are neighbors, and that's what the community thinks of them as neighbors. But then something happens that sort of forces them to choose if they want to be open about their relationship, and it causes a challenge. And I just wanted to ask you a little bit more about sort of, as an actor, what it was like to handle the emotions involved with such a powerful story.
Well, first I want to say there are two lead actresses, Martine Chevalier, who unfortunately cannot be here because she is working in the theater right now.
Of course, yes.
And, well, you know, that's what you do as an actor. You deal with emotions, right? And you try to conjure up emotions that fit the story. And since we are both older, I think we have enough life experience that we have gone through extreme and painful things like that. So it's maybe not that difficult for us to do that. And if you have a good director and a good script, it all kind of comes together.
Absolutely. And so is this your first time playing the role of a lesbian woman?
Yes.
What was that like for you?
Well, you know, Martine and I, we are both not lesbian. So when we met for the first time, we just talked about love and about relations, and we told us about our life. And, you know, we both have had in our life heartbreak and love and passion. And I have lesbian friends, and I've talked to them before, and I don't think it is really such a difference. I mean, love and affection to somebody is love and affection, whether you're heterosexual or homosexual.
Absolutely.
We didn't have really a problem with that. I mean,
Fantastic,
it was,
yeah.
We just saw it as love, and that was that.
I think it's really important work. And what would you want to say to perhaps some women out there that may believe that they're too old to come out, or that may have some obligations with family or religious reasons maybe, that are inspired by this film?
Well, you know, what the film is talking about also is that secrets make you sick. You know, there is, for example, in the 12-step program, they often say we are as sick as our secrets. And secrets are just eating you up, you know. And for the benefit of your well-being and your health even, you know, you can live either out of fear or out of love, and when you live out of fear, it's never good. So try to be courageous, you know, it's sometimes not as bad as you imagine the consequences. So I would say, I would just wish every woman who is in that position that she has the courage to come out and trust that, you know, life will help her. But you should talk about that.
I mean, at the same time, that's why I did the film also. I saw in my life people having this kind of, you know, problem, having to deal with, you know, the film is about other people's gaze on ourselves, but also about the inner censorship that builds up while you're growing up. You've been told to do this, to do that, to behave like this, to behave like that. And the problem is that, you know, the gaze of other people, you can shut the door and it doesn't exist anymore. But your own way of looking at yourself, that's harder to deal with. So I think that's also what the movie talks about. So making the film, that's why I made the film, because I was, you know, these stories, life stories that I saw, that were, you know, I wanted to understand that better. How does it work? And what I understood making the film is that it's really hard so to live. So that's what I saw. That's why I make films. So to understand things. And so yeah, I wish they can find the courage to do that, but at the same time I understand how hard it is to live, and that's why I want, for me the best thing would be, that's why I want this film to reach an audience, because I would love people that are not homosexual to see this story, this love story, and come out of the film, with little slight difference in their mind about it.
It helps create change, right?
That's what I would love. I think it's difficult for a movie to change the world. It's impossible, but at least to make it more bearable, or to make a slight difference. That would be really cool if you can make it for one.
I think also women, of that age, or when it was really not so easy to be homosexual, or ready to decide or to learn about yourself that you are homosexual and yet you are different, just to accept that and to live with that and to live through it. I can imagine it must have been very difficult when you are like, I don't know, 12 years old, and you all of a sudden realize you are different than your friends. So there is already, I think, in people who have gone through this, maybe a sensitivity and a sensibility that is heightened, and maybe a fragility also, So I think there's
there's a lot of inspiration there, because like you said, there's that young person that might eventually, if their parents see this film, they might be more accepting of that child, or maybe later on a younger person sees this movie and says, you know what, I can see myself being okay in my own skin. Right. So, it's good for the homosexual person as much as it is for the greater heterosexual world to become more accepting of people at a younger age, so that it doesn't come to being at an older age and having those concerns about needing to keep secrets and having those secrets eat you up, right?
But even like for heterosexual couples of that age, or women of that age. I mean, women of this age have often in our society problems anyway, because of beauty, because of, everything that's demanded from them. So just to see what the power of love, I think.
The power of love, yes.
Well, whoever you love, I think that's just encouraging.
Absolutely. And so, tell me what it was like to work with each other.
Oh,
Good.
I've loved it actually.
Yeah, me too. Good, yeah.
I did. It was, it's my first feature, so already for me.
You have an amazing actor to work with for your first
like
narrative
Barbara,
feature.
also Martine, and Leah
and Martine, of course,
that trusted me
Yeah.
and decided to give me the chance to work
So the
together. For me,
chemistry-
that was already amazing. So
Yeah, and the chemistry was good on set.
We had fun. It wasn't always
Yeah.
easy, because it's it's a difficult film to do. But
What would you say
I
were a
loved
couple
it.
of your challenges, without giving too much away, maybe as a director from a technical perspective?
According to concerning the acting and the character, or
Yeah, as far as just
I
like-
guess two things: keeping the right distance toward what I'm filming. Because I didn't want to put too much pathos on it. You say that in English? Too much, I want to keep the right distance, so you find the emotion, but you don't push the emotion, and that was really difficult to do, challenging to do, and that. And
balance.
Yeah, the balance, exactly. How much do we give away? How much do we push? How much we come back? Even distance with the camera, really, and then finding the right. I'm a man, and I was 37 when we shot, and I was so I was far away from the character on a biographical perspective. So trying to be respectful and coherent and consistent with the choices we made about the love story, the way it is, the way they behave. Because when we work together, the good thing is that you can trust your actress and their sensibility. So you.
And do you both live in France?
I guess.
So no, I live in New York.
You live in New York?
Yeah.
And I live in France. I'm Italian, but I live in France.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was also nice, now there's always so much talk, women have to make film about women, and men have to make film about men, and black people about black people, and white about white, and here is a situation where a young man makes a film about two old ladies and two heterosexual ladies play two lesbian ladies. So I think we should just like be more open, you know.
That
with
is
all these
really
things.
true, and that is really beautiful. I love that fact. Yeah, it's really exciting. When you found out that you were accepted to the Toronto Film Festival, being one of the world's largest, getting bigger and bigger every year, believe it or not, what was that like for you guys?
Joy, I guess. Very simple. I got the call from my producer. Said, "Man, it's so cool." To tell you the truth, I was really, really joyful and excited because it was the world premiere. So
Yeah.
first time the film reached an audience. And it's
Toronto
here.
Festival audience is a great audience.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think I just love seeing people standing in line and waiting, and there's so many people coming. It's just amazing. I shot a TV series in Toronto, so I was for about 4 years. I was here for 4 months, and I love Toronto anyway.
Yeah, Toronto's great, and Canada's a great place for this, and Canadians
Yeah.
are very open-minded.
Very open.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very kind.
They
and
legalized
open-minded.
same-sex marriage in 2000. Next year, it's going to be 20 years
Wow.
Wow.
since then. So,
But
Yeah, ahead of the curve.
it was interesting because some people might think, oh, now it's so open. But when I came out of the movie, there were two young homosexual men, and they said, don't forget, this is also important. We come from the Middle East, and people are still living there, in this situation. So it's not just two old ladies.
absolutely.
So there are so many
film is-
places in the world where it's still not possible
That's right.
to live how you want to live.
And you're making film that gets out to these places. It really does, and it helps make changes in places where there's still a lot of terrible things going on.
Yeah.
And it's such important work, and I really, really am glad that you guys have done this. Like to congratulate you with all of my heart.
Thank you.
I wish for all the best with this movie to get out to as many eyeballs as possible. And just help increase the amount of love and acceptance that there is out there.
Thank
There's
you.
a huge need for it.
Yeah.
Thank you
So
very much.
thank you for taking time here with Gays Around the World Television. Two of us. Make sure you check out that film. And it's the film is in French, and there's subtitles. It's amazing. Thanks a lot, guys. Checking out.